What we have here is one Zenith carburetor. I'm not sure what model it is, but it's got all sorts of spaceship doodabbies on it. I'm wondering if this here is not a filter going into the carburetor and it's completely plugged. Could be. I'll pull that off, and if I can't blow through it, I might not even crack this open because, I don't have a bowl gasket. Let's do that test right now, I guess. Let's swing this thing off of here. Of course, guess what? You can't swing it off. You gotta unthread this from the 90, and then you can swing the 90 off. Or maybe it's just so much goo. Yeah, there's just so much goo built up on the back of this thing. Never mind, I scraped the goo off. Let's see. Nope, I can blow through there, so that means this is all gummed up. It's got to come apart. I got a head start. I've already taken it apart because I was really curious to see why my tractor wouldn't run. And what I discovered was, right in here, my needle valve is stuck. It's not moving up and down with the float. It should be falling down. It should be falling down out of the seat right there against the floats, but it's stuck. I'll get you a better view once I get the floats out of there. Of course, the pin that pivots on is stuck as well. So for now, I'm ignoring that and decided just to start cleaning up the bowl. A little bit of brake clean and a wire brush. And that's about as clean as I'm going to get this one because it did run so stinking well. I know the jet should be pretty clean because it ran. You can test that by taking, brake clean, something, running it through one jet, and making sure it comes out somewhere else like that. They should all go somewhere. Now, if they are plugged up, the most important thing to remember when you're taking them out is get a screwdriver that fits snug. You don't want to put a screwdriver in there that's just super sloppy that you can just wiggle back and forth a bunch. You want something that's going to be a nice snug fit, so you're hopefully not going to tear the snot out of them when you take them out. And then, what I like to do, honestly, if I do need to clean them, I've got a set of torch tip cleaners that I like to use. Now, once again, with that, you got to be careful because, in theory, you could potentially, I guess, if you're really sawing away, enlarge the size of the jet. You really have to be getting after it, though. But this is what torch tip cleaner looks like. Variety of sizes from small to big. Just, I get whatever fits in there and run it through a couple times, go to the next size up. Keep doing that till I really can't get a bigger size in, and that's worked pretty well for me. So, like I said, I'm not going to go much farther than this because the tractor did run. I'm doing this for myself, so I honestly really don't care. If I was doing this for a friend or, a paying gig, something like that, then yeah, I'd get this thing spotless and I'd tear it all the way apart just to make sure, but this tractor did run pretty darn well, and I'm pretty confident. My only issue is that stuck seat. Was that stuck needle valve. What you got to be careful of is, believe it or not, you can break these little posts off of here. So you don't want to get like a pair of side cutters and clip on that really tight and pry against that, because you can pop it off. Break it right off. I've seen it done. I've done it back in my younger, dumber days. Just don't be in a hurry. It can be very frustrating getting these things out of here, but definitely doesn't get easier once you snap one of those posts off. There we go. It's about out. Perfect. Now here's your floats. And here you go. This guy right here. It's stuck. Should be falling out of there. Come on. There. Perfect. Yeah, it's all skunky looking. Something I like to do is get a Q-tip, spray some carb clean on there, brake clean I guess in this case, and stick it right down in here against the seat. Give that a good scrub. Now yes, I realize you can buy a carb kit that's got a new needle and seat in there. It's got a new gasket. It's got new jets and needle valves. You know what? You don't always need all that stuff, especially this. It's an old tractor. All I'm going to do is putter on my property with it. It's not like it's going to leave me stranded. Now, if these are really bad, I have cut these in half before and stuck it in a drill. And that'll really get them shined up in there. Usually you don't need to do any of that. A couple twists with a Q-tip and it's good and clean. The weight of the needle valve should be enough to seal it. If you blow in there, you can't hear anything coming out. When the needle valve's open, you can definitely hear airflow like this. I think we're good to go there. If you have an overfueling issue, you might have a leaky float. That's got, it's got a pinhole in it, and it'll sink to the bottom of the bowl. They'll also take on fuel. So if your carburetor was full of fuel and you take it out, and you shake these around, you can hear the fuel sloshing in there sometimes. So I'm just going to put my pieces back together now, throw it back on the tractor, and I bet it'll fire right up. Right, like, sure. Nope, that's bad. Right, like, maybe that'll work. Well, it moved. It's not down there anymore. I don't know if you guys can hear that knocking or not, but that's the most concerning thing currently is what the heck is that? Is that rod knock? I don't know, because sometimes it's silent. I'm assuming you couldn't see it from down there, but I blew a hydraulic line. Conveniently, we waited until I got all the way back to the shop to do that so I could spray it all over the door because, yeah, that's awesome. I think it's this guy right here, based on the fact that, it's soaking wet and, it's split wide open right there. I really didn't even do what I set out to do, which was replace the sediment bowl with that fuel shutoff and then an inline filter, because this, much like old tractors do, it got away from me. I suppose I do have the shutoff installed in the tank, but, it's not done. No filter. Well, the filter's right here. So here you go, filter. Shut off, done, right? Not quite. Also, I got to put some more stuff in here. It's pretty echoey. That's going to be annoying. All right, that's enough for now. I'll go tear into that, see if I can't figure out where that oil is coming from. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.